What's up, jabroni? Steven here, and welcome back to yet another reaction. Today we are hopping into Firefly episode number 10. Hopefully you've been enjoying the series. If you have, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Head over to Patreon for the full reaction, uncut, unedited, all that good stuff. Episodes extra early. By the time you're seeing this on YouTube, I'm probably done with the series. The movie's up. It's all over there. Check it out. See what you think. Last episode was Out of Gas. Really great episode. Best episode of the series. We're on episode 9. Wait, did I say 10? I think I said 10. It's episode 9. Sorry about that. Yeah, only, I think it's because I was looking at this corner down here where it says 10. But yeah, only a few episodes left. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm going to miss the freak out of this show. But yeah, we're going to hop in here. Hopefully it's great. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell, share. I don't know what Ariel's about, but let's find out. Here we go.
Don't you just hate doctors? Hey, I mean, present company excluded.
Yo, wait, River's got a knife.
That'd be rude.
What the fuck?
What the hell? River, no. I got the knife.
He's bleeding.
That's deep.
He okay?
River.
Why'd you?
He looks better in red.
What the fuck?
Murder in mood. Might be you she comes calling on. Maybe Kaylee. Or Anara. You let them stay, we're gonna find out.
Finish your work, Doctor.
He ain't
This is my
wrong.
boat.
I mean, he's not
We're my
wrong.
crew. No one's getting left.
Like, I respect Mal, but Jane is not wrong. That was fucking random as hell. What if she could have caught his neck?
You too.
That's so interesting, the whole have to do a routine check for 2 days every year or whatever.
You're talking about breaking into a highly secure Alliance facility. How do you plan on getting around security?
Well, it's not easy, but it can be done. Every doorway is equipped with sensors.
Oh, this is about to be a
and
fun-ass
at
episode.
entry, patient items.
A heist mission? It's a heist
However,
mission.
once clear of those checkpoints,
Like,
movement within the
another
facility
heist
itself
mission.
should be relatively unhindered.
We forgot him.
Let's try that again.
Yeah.
Maybe Jane shouldn't be this. Maybe we do Kaylee as this. Guess they need Jane to be the muscle though, so.
Equals response.
Response? Hell, I don't know. If I wanted schooling, I'd have gone to school.
You two did an incredible job.
Oh my Jesus.
Now, for the finishing touch.
Is that an ambulance? Yes, it is. Wow, look at that.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you're ready to save some lives.
I don't want to do it.
I know.
I don't want to go to that place. I don't want to die.
No one is going to
Good
die.
acting.
It's okay. The others will take care of us while we're asleep, and when we get back. No. Shh.
I'm trying to think of like, they built this ship. Like, look at this. Look what they built. They can sell this and make so much money.
Got a couple DOAs by the time we got there.
Down to the morgue.
We applied the cortical electrodes, but we're unable to get a neural reaction from either patient.
Hey man, he studied. He studied and he needed to get it out, all right? Wait, why are we leaving Jane here?
I'll just sit right here.
What's happening? Why would you leave him of all the people?
Then I got your fugitives.
Good. We'll see you shortly.
No.
Congratulations. You're about to become a very rich man.
You complete utter asshole, dude. There's no way. There's no way you did this, man. Why would you do? No, there's no way. There's something happening here. I mean, I get he's pretty mad and wants some kind of revenge, but this isn't fucking revenge, man. Damn, she can sense like energy, or she can sense things. It's so interesting.
BP 60 over 20. Pulse is ready.
Simon is like one of the best in the world, or in the core, which I'm guessing means in the universe.
When your supervisor hears about the rude and disrespect.
Well,
Clear.
okay. Doctor had to stick up his own ass right there, man. What did Jane do exactly? He called the cops, but did he tell them that we were gonna be in this room? Oh man, that's so cool. Was he gonna like look into her brain? He said he wants to see what they did to her.
Don't want to be scared or worried or nervous, so you push it to the back of your mind. You try not to think about it. Your amygdala is what lets you do that. It's like
You can't do
a
that.
filter in your brain that keeps your feelings in check. She feels everything. She can't not.
Plan changed when you were out. We're meeting out the back way in 5.
Well, I could use another couple minutes. I'm sure.
What's
if we get in
happening to
touch
her
with
brain?
Captain Reynolds
Captain gave his orders. We play it by the book.
Man.
Federal marshals, don't move. River and Simon Tam, by the authority of the Union of Allied Planets, you are hereby bound by law.
So, you gonna take me away for questioning now? How you wanna play it?
You're under arrest for aiding and abetting
I
federal...
knew it. I knew they were gonna fuck you over, dude. Yep. You fucking moron, dude. I can't believe he would do that. I can't believe, dude. I mean, I could believe because he's a dick, but I never thought he was gonna be dirty, man. Like, actually turn full dirty and like screw them over.
Retrieved. By whom?
People who want you alive. People, not me. Take
Man.
them.
I have to look up who directed every single one of these episodes. Like, I have to look it up because some of these like episodes are just directed in a way like that was way ahead of its time. Like, this is like a show that would go, this is like, I don't know, it's directed in like, oof, just in a way. There we go, Simon. Just throw your entire body at the guy. Ooh, headbutt. Okay, how do we... Nice. Wait, don't... Okay, fuck it. I'm killing them. I mean, I wouldn't kill him, but... Oh my god, he's biting through that... He's biting right here! Fuck! Is Simon killing that guy? Oh, Simon killed him. Did Simon kill him, or did he just pass out? Dude, this entire part right here is just...
Well, that's what these little direct goes.
We'll find our way.
I ain't chancing that. I can handle the feds.
Doesn't matter.
What do you mean?
They're here.
And also speak with them? Much as they had to.
What is that? Oh my god. This mother, he was doing his job for you fucks, and that's what they do to them. Man, what a well executed scene though. You just hear screaming. The fuck are they?
I'm like a rat in a maze till we're dead, and we're going back.
No, let's get the fuck out of here. He's like, man, dude, how would, like, they showed this on TV? That's crazy. Especially for this time period, like this year. It was showing on like a Fox, like an actual Fox network. Like, that's like stuff that you put like on FX or HBO or... Let's go.
We wouldn't be standing here if it weren't for him. Thank you.
Hey, you're part of my crew.
I think I might cry.
Damn it, dude.
Jane,
Okay.
help me with the cargo. Everyone?
I wonder if that's ever gonna get out.
Useful. You got jobs
Or Mal,
to
does
do.
Mal know? Mal knows.
You buying with your cut?
I knew it. He knows. I knew he knew, man. Damn it.
Job's done. Figured it was time for a little chat.
Oh no. Is he gonna launch him out? Oh no. Wow.
Seems to me we had a solid plan. Smooth, you might say. But what I can't figure out is what you were doing around the back exit.
What? I couldn't go out the front. I had to improvise. Open the damn door.
You called the feds.
Oh shit.
I got pinched.
Which is what happens when you call the feds.
I'm sorry, all right?
Sorry for what, Jane? I thought you'd never do such a thing.
Money was too good. I got stupid. I'm sorry, okay?
Is he gonna kill Jane?
Be reasonable. What are you taking it so personal for? It ain't like I ratted you out to the feds.
Oh, but you did. You turn on any of my crew, you turn on me. But since that's a concept you can't seem to wrap your head around, then you got no place here.
You did it Don't tell him what I did.
Please no.
The next time you decide to stab me in the back, have the guts to do it to my face.
Hi.
And I was, I was getting teary-eyed a little bit, man. I was worried.
Drawing.
Okay. Okay. That episode was great. Loved it. So fucking good. So amazing. So amazing. I'm gonna give it a 9. I mean, I could go a 10, but for me, I leave 10s for like what I feel are perfect episodes, and this is a really, really good episode, but I'm not sure if it's actually perfect. Because, you know, the cliche being saved by Mao and all that, so we'll leave it at that. You know, that was kind of like, I knew that was going to happen because, like, you know, I just had to, but I didn't really have a good explanation for Mao just being there. Last thing we saw Mao say was, Wash, let it wear map or whatever. I guess he could have just figured it out. So I'm not hurting the episode because, I mean, it's still getting like a 9. But, like, the episode, like, last episode to me was like a perfect directed episode. This episode to me is pretty damn close to being perfect. Like, it's so fucking good because it's a heist mission. It wrote characters out of the episodes that weren't gonna be a factor, in a really, really good way. Book, the shepherd, the freak, I'm trying to blank on this girl, the companion. Trying to blank on her name right now, but yeah, Onara. She, like, they wrote them out in really, really smart ways. Gave us a reason to go back there. Gave us a reason to have a job. Gave us a reason for the heist. We answered questions leading to what exactly was happening with River. We didn't actually answer. We answered questions why she acted the way she acted. We don't know why they were doing it. You know what I mean? We got the Jane mouthing at the end, which is amazing, amazing. Like, so good. Just amazing acting. I like. There really wasn't a redemption for Jane, honestly, which is like another thing that I will say is like, but it could be looked at as like a good thing, right? So what I mean is Jane, he didn't really have a reason for, like, he screwed them until the end, right? He changed the plans until the end. He screwed them, right? At the end, he screwed them. He was screwing them until the end. Then, when the money wasn't happening, it was all about saving his own ass, right? And that fits his character, right? But then that ending, the please don't tell them what I did, it also could fit into his character because he'll do everything for money, but he's also ashamed of it when he does it or after he does it. You know what I mean? Like, such a good arc. Such a good arc. If you give this episode a perfect score, that's perfectly reasonable. I just don't give out that many 10s. So for me, a 10 is like, I don't know, like, I have to be there. And this is damn close. It's damn close. But let's go through the episode here. We'll break it down a little bit. So it starts off playfully. We're going to this planet called Ariel. We are trying to figure out, or Walsh is trying to get his wife to go there and we can have a good time, go to a hotel, you know, picnic, walking, swimming, all this stuff. Mal's like, nope, we're coming here. We're doing the job, or we're waiting. We're doing an hour, like an hour's going on her checkup, and then we're out. That's it. Which also comes into play. Look how good Mal is, right? Mal does these checkup routines, right? When he has nothing to gain from it, it's all Inara. Like, that's all it is. He came here for her. That's it. Really, really interesting. I thought the beginning, like, out of fucking nowhere, like, as soon as I saw her pick up the knife, I'm like, wait, River's got a knife, dude. Just doesn't make any sense. And then I don't know what it is. It's just.
That'd be rude.
And then what's her response here?
River, no. I got the knife.
He looks better in red.
Okay?
River.
He looks better in red.
Why? That wasn't really explained. Is it just because she's losing her mind? Is it just because of that? That could be it. I mean, she's just losing control. She has. Could it be? Did Jane make fun of the doctor in that moment? Maybe that was it. I don't know if he made fun of the doctor in that moment, but he could have. But yeah, that was a great moment. I liked Jane being mad. Jane saying about we have to get her off. Mao defending. Like, is there more to the reason why Mao is so willing to help the doctor and River? Besides, like, ever since like from episode like 2 or like, you know what I mean? Like he's willing to help them, and I want to know why. Like I just want to know more about that. Yeah. So then we got like, you know, us playing around. The doctor's like, I got a job for you guys. He explains to them how much money all this medicine is worth. He just needs to break in and get her into that machine. So we go through all that. He explains it. He breaks it down in a really, really cool way. I love the whole setup to everything. It felt like one of those like really, really good heists, like a really, really good heist episode or a really good heist movie. I like the training of them trying to figure everything out. I like the Jane trying to figure like how to do everything correctly. My one thing is that these two built what pretty much is a 100% looking ambulance in this world. Like it's practically perfect, right? Off of a junker, like a busted ass mobile that we found, bought the parts out of junkyard, and then we did this. Now, would be possible, but they literally did this in a day. They were only here for 2 days. So we did this in about a day. Like not even a day, because the heist started the next day. So we did this in like a matter of a day, built a pretty much a replica, an ambulance. Now it could be the fact that maybe it's busted up in the middle, which we did see it look not so great in the middle. In the inside when we were flying there. But I don't know. It was a bit far-fetched to believe, to like really be like, oh, okay. Like you see how it looks inside, it's kind of like crappy. So it could be that, but I don't know. It was a lot. They're like, okay, that makes somewhat sense, I guess, but not really with just the time period, like the timetable that we had. Not time period, the timetable we had. Jane turning on them came out of nowhere, was not expecting it, but it does make sense for his character. He's a dude that's all about, he has a big ego on him and he wants revenge, and they offered him money and everything. I thought that was a really, really cool twist and an interesting little added moment for tension. Then we have this thing with the doctor, and we see how good Simon is and how Simon is amazing, and how River. So my thing is, River can sense things, but she didn't sense that Jane was lying or Jane was screwing them over. So that's another interesting little thing. Why couldn't she sense that? I guess she doesn't really have a hone of when she could do it, right? It just kind of happens for her. She doesn't really control her powers. We put her in the machine. We find out that they've been snipping at her things. The one doctor gets punched, which we actually needed it. We needed that little badge anyway, so it needed to happen. But we find out about the brain thing, right? So I thought at this moment, Jane felt bad when he was like, oh, they cut her into her brain. They took out the part that makes her control her emotions and her feelings. She doesn't have that anymore. So I thought that was a redeeming thing. Like, oh, he's felt bad. He's not going to go through with the plan. But no, when he says plan has changed and he moved them to where like where the FBI was coming or whatever, the feds. So you know that whole thing was like, okay, that makes sense. He didn't redeem himself. I mean, he didn't. I thought he was going to redeem himself. He didn't do that. He literally was. It was part of the setup. It wasn't like the change of plans was part of his plan that he was screwing them over. So that all happens. He gets screwed by the feds because, you know, Jane's a moron and he believed them and that they would ever give money to him, like a convict or whatever he is. Then they get trapped. We find out all about this. So my thing is, right, I like that Simon stood up for himself. I like that he had the balls, the backbone to like stand up. Then we have the fight. This part was grueling, like just that blood right there. Fucking crazy. I like that Simon didn't kill his guy. Simon made his guy pass out. So that's interesting. I like the twist here where like they did this to this motherfucker. Like, look at this image. Look at this image. My Jane, like, my damn, look at this. Look at this shit. It's just everywhere. Fuck. yeah, then we move here, River. I like the screams in the background. We heard them screaming, and that was like Jane kind of freaking out, and then when he freaked out later. So my one thing is another thing, not my one thing, but another thing I have here is why exactly did Mao know? How did he know? He said, "Why were you guys in the back?" Is that what he said? Like the plan was to go out the front door, right? But his response of why were you in the back? But what Jane said kind of made sense. I had to improvise. He did have to improvise. Honestly, he did. I mean, it was his job that they got screwed and that he had to improvise. But that could have been if things went wrong and he had to improvise. Why would Mal automatically assume that Jane was screwing them over? The only real answer to that is he just knows Jane. He knew the plan. The plan was for him perfect plan that was going to be executed well. And then when it didn't go well, and Fed showed up, and Jane ended up in running towards a different part of where they were going to go out through. He just kind of put it together, maybe. But it did but if things had to change, if plans had to change, things had to be twisted around. You get out anyway. And then Mal finding them there. I guess they could have heard it through the intercom or saw it when maybe Walsh was saying, "Oh, this is the only way out" or something. Maybe he figured that out, but we don't really know. Mal just kind of knew where to go, and it was kind of like what they do in TV shows, like what they call it. They call it. There's a term for when you're about to die and then you get saved. What is the term? Or the term for it? They do it. It's a term in movies. Freak. I haven't heard the term in a while, but I know there's like a word. Damn, I can't remember. But there's a term for what happened where you're about to die and then you get saved by something that just randomly happens, and Mal randomly showing up there. Although you could explain if you really think about it, but it was kind of random, like you just knew it was gonna happen. And then at the ending, this ending, although I wasn't 100% sure how Mal figured it out, beyond just he knows Jane. It was great. It was amazing. I love this entire thing. I got him. I felt the emotions coming. I felt bad. I was like I even said, I was like, please don't. I don't want Jane to die. He's an asshole. He's a dick. But I don't want him to die. Here in this moment is when you felt like him say he felt remorse. He felt bad. He felt because he said, please don't tell them what I did. Lie. That was great. And then also when he was like, what are you going to tell them that happened to me? I love this whole thing, and I love Nathan Fillion's acting here. I mean, the entire thing was just great. I loved it all. And then this part, did he figure out how to cure her? Because is there a way to cure the brain thing? They snip those, they cut into it. Is there a way to fill medicine that would fill that back in to make her feel better? Maybe. Great episode. Like I said, they were I was nitpicking, guys, so don't take this as I was mad. I was nitpicking at shit, just small shit, right? The episode is still a 9 to me. I don't care if people say it's an 8 or a 7 for the reasons that I said. My opinion is that it's a 9. It's practically perfect. The nitpicking are just small things, and you can nitpick any episode of any show, but for some reason I nitpicked those because they just stuck in my brain. But they didn't lower the episode drastically. It went from a 10 to a 9. Out of Gas probably has moments that I could nitpick as well, but I love that episode. It's my favorite episode of the season so far, and this episode is right up there. I mean, like I said before, I've said it in other review portions, as there is no episode in this series that's lower than an 8. There's a bunch of 8s, a couple 9s, and maybe 1 or 2 10s. And we're 9 episodes in. Come on, there's a reason people have this as one of their best series of all time. And it's creeping into my top 10 of all time based on the world and the characters. I fucking love, I love this show so far. So good. We'll see if they can stick the landing now, because that can ruin a series if it's doesn't stick the landing. So we'll see. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. Head over to Patreon if you want the full uncut, unedited reaction. You can get that over there on Patreon. If you want episodes early, like I said, probably the entire series is already up. Check it out, see what you think. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to talk to you guys later.